Welcome back, you guys. I can't speak German. I don't know why I put that on myself when you're the one who speaks German and I don't. Welcome back to the Eurovision fam stream, you guys. We are, still in the midst of our Super Saturday crunch time, and we just had some finals yesterday. We had some internal songs that were released. It's so good to see you guys again. This is Shortcake ESC here, joined by the lovely.
Hi, it's me. We love stuff. Don't forget to like the stream. I hate to say it right off the bat, but boosts the algorithm, gets more people in here.
Yeah.
You guys saw the title of this one. We got thoughts. We're going to be working through them. But first, I have to be a hater.
Okay.
I have to be an absolute hater up in here. And I'm sipping my haterade for this hideous mascot. Like,
you guys.
I saw this thing. Let me pull up its hideous face for you all. And we're going to I need to point to things and just explain why it's all a mistake. And I hate it so, so much. 1 second while I figure that out.
See, I love the idea of a mascot for the show.
Me
you
too.
Pull that up, I love the idea of a mascot, but they need to outsource it to Japan. They need to outsource the mascot task to a different agency.
It's bad. I hate it so much. I'm trying to figure out how to. I want to do this, but this is being weird. Let me try this. Share screen. Here we go. Here's that stupid, hideous fucking thing. I shouldn't swear this early in the stream, but I have
2 minutes
to.
In.
I got to. I hate this. What is this? What is this? What is this?
It looks like it was made on the 2005 edition of Photoshop. You know.
It has fillers that I'm pretty sure it stole from some wag up in the UK. It also looks like it has fetal alcohol syndrome, which isn't a joke. It's a very serious issue. Please don't drink if you're pregnant. But then it has this fried red hair that looks like what happens if I bleached my hair and fell asleep with the bleach in my hair. The one time I did that in 2012, it came out looking like this.
Crunch.
I hate this. I hate this. Its arm is it doesn't have arms, it's just hands that dangle down, and then it's wearing it's the colors of what is it called? Instagram. Remember the Instagram logo? It's the same colors as the Instagram logo used to be. I hate it so much. I hate it, hate it, hate it.
I really like the idea of a mascot for Eurovision, but looking at this, every single thing about it is uncanny valley to the point where it's just displeasurable. There's nothing looking at this where I was just significantly Swiss or significantly attractive to the point where I think I want this to be accompanying the show the whole time. Nonolo says, for me, Lumo is Sid's head from Ice Age with a wig and different color palette overall. But Lumo didn't go to Turkey for that lip job. No, I mean, Sid didn't. Sid did not.
Oh, God. Yeah, Sid is the English name, too. Sid is the English name, too. Trust me, I know.
Yes, Sid was the English name, and I see exactly what you mean. Even just where the eyes are located and what they're doing. We could have gotten a little anime girly, you know? Sundrop Center says, all we need is for Lumo to meet Gritty. Gritty, who's Gritty?
Gritty would beat. Oh, you don't know Gritty? Gritty is a mascot from Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm gonna Google it. Let me see.
I'll pull up Gritty because we got Europeans in here. I don't know if they know who Gritty is.
I mean, I'm American. I don't even know who Gritty is. So
I will show you Gritty, baby. Hold on.
Please do.
I'm changing through tabs.
By the way, welcome to the stream, Sundrop Center.
Let me remove that disgusting thing from my site. Yeah, no, I'll show you Gritty. I got you, Gritty. Can you tell we don't use this feature very often?
Well, I mean, yeah, we typically don't.
This is Gritty, baby.
Oh, I mean,
look at
him. That's fine.
No, Gritty is pure. I love Gritty so much. Gritty
nice
is the essence
you,
of Philly. There's a reason why Philadelphia is known for chaos.
I mean, I get
dead googly eyes.
I get
Just essence. Come on. Look into it. Like, oh man, just like
I could see it.
Gritty is chaotic. Like everything Gritty does is a blessing upon us. And I'm gonna go like look up best of Gritty montages on YouTube.
Gritty, the Philly demigod.
I love him. Like, you don't understand. Gritty is one of the best things that's happened in the world of sports mascots.
Hey, I mean, we literally have minors as our sports mascot. ER, not OR. Oh wait, no, that's hockey, isn't it?
What, Gritty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gritty's a hockey mascot, but he's also...
That explains why I don't.
Okay, so if you guys don't know this about Philadelphia, where is Brooke? Brooke would be here to back me up in this if she were watching. Philadelphia is a city of chaos. It is a city where there's a reason why the mayor said, please do not climb any poles after they won the Super Bowl.
Aw, but that's fine. That's fine.
Because Philly has a reputation of climbing. Well, here's the thing. There's also a festival in South Philly, which is like with a huge Italian population, where they climb a greased up pole. So it's like part of the culture of the city to climb poles. But like, if you look up, like if you type it on Google, why did Philly sports fans, it'll fill in the blanks for you. 1, throw batteries at Santa. Why do they throw batteries at Santa? Because he was kind of a jerk and was asking for it. If you ask anyone in Philly. Yeah, exactly what Sun Center says.
Yeah, no, literally, you guys type in why Philly fans into Google and just like take a look at what drops.
Yeah,
just
that's beside the point. Other than we just were mentioning Gritty for a second. Yeah, no, what is this? What does someone say? What does this have to do with Switzerland? Renato? I don't know.
We got off for a second.
Maybe a piece of Swiss cheese is a little too on the nose. Maybe a cow. Imagine if we got a cow and a flower crown. That would have been the greatest mascot of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Because when I think of cute things from Switzerland, I think of Descent Day.
They had options. No, they definitely had options to work off of from their own material, unique, specific culture. They had options. They didn't do any of that.
I know this is a college student's project or something, but like as a college kid, you in an art program, you get critiques. As a child, bringing my father drawings I made, I got critiques.
It's a healthy thing for an artist to be able to hit the drawing board after some critique, but I don't think that something about it feels rushed and disconnected completely. I don't think anyone is going to be looking at this very much positively because of just its absolute.
I'm gonna dig through Instagram, and I'm gonna dig through Instagram. I should have done this before stream. I'm gonna pull up my hair when I had fried it because I fell asleep with bleach in my hair, and it's gonna be like, yeah, that looks like accurate. I hate the thing. I just wanted to talk about how much I hated it because I don't know. You guys kind of exist for me to vent at.
It happened. It happened in the transition from last stream to this stream. I forgot about it until you brought it up right before we started streaming. So the fact that I was reminded of it, and we're going to be reminded of it consistently, is it going to be in the postcards? We'll find out. But
if it's in the postcards, I'm going to throw up.
I have trouble with it, and get back to the drawing board. Like it comes to a point where you need to just accept that this was not something that should have gone out.
Mistakes were made, and that was a big one.
And not remedied.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. We got 2 internal selections this week, guys.
We do. From 2 very different countries this year.
The total polar opposites.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start on this side of the equator? Or yeah.
Because I want to get it over with. Number 1, the guy's name is Gojo. Again, I don't want to derail us, but I hear the name Gojo and I think I hate that man. Mostly because of an anime. I hate this character in Gojo, but people love him. I don't like Gojo. Anyways, song's Milkshake Man. What do you think about the song?
Are you asking me my opinion right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the song, my jaw was dropped the entire 3 minutes as I was watching it. So I listened to it once since then and since now. I it was like a rockabilly-ish type direction with extremely simple, very forward innuendo type lyrics. The melody is jarringly just in your face, but not quite memorable. I have a lot of trouble with this. I feel like I'm not gonna really very often be in the right headspace to be able to consume this, and I don't see this rising in my ranking very much. It's it's like bordering on acceptably sensual and very juvenile. It's riding a very weird divide for me that I don't know how I feel about, but I haven't seen that much discourse about it either. So it isn't really making waves to me, it seems like. You?
I don't like this. I
No,
don't.
no.
I'm all for being sexual, guys.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
After all, we are in our 69th year
Mm-hmm.
of Eurovision.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. It's just, we're going to have to make some 69 jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to get used to people saying nice. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a difference between the way we are going sexual with ikoma, which is blatant.
Mm-hmm.
Ikoma is blatant. Clearly, this is a woman who is having the climax of her life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants everyone to know, which I'm cool with. And this is just kind of gross. You know what I mean?
Especially like the close camera
juvenile.
shots as he's just like screaming Milkshake Man at you. And it's just like, your knees don't need to be this close to my shoulders. Like, back up, bro. Like, back.
And the worst thing is, I did bring up this anime with a character named Gojo. This is something that character would do.
It might be like a kind of character situation that he's putting on.
It has to be a character he's doing. I just don't like it. Like, it's like, like I can think of other Australians who like do a comedy bit. Like, there's this one guy. What is his name? He did a song with Montaigne. I have to look up his name. Sorry, don't hate me, guys. I was like, oh man, what is this dude's name? I cannot wait. Escape me now. He's actually done 2 songs with Montaigne, if I'm being honest. Oh my gosh, what is his name? Tom Cardy is his name. He also does comedic songs, kind of like in this kind of vein. But I would prefer him. Whereas this doesn't really have any nuance. It's just like a joke about semen.
Yeah. And I mean, like, coming after, okay, so literally coming after Erica and Miriana, this feels like a man just came in and started to try to shake things down with like, I don't know. It's just something about it feels less than tasteful. And I don't see myself really seeking this out to listen to it ever. I would be frankly happy if I never heard the song again at this point, and I don't think I would be able to enjoy it later on. The thing that bugs me the most about this song, though, just the composition alone. I hate the word milk in music so much. It just like it's like I cringe every time I hear someone say milk in a song. Just that word is just so gross to me to hear in music. Like, no. And the fact that it's in the title and it comprises half of the lyrics, I'm just like, Australia, get in line, because San Remo's here, FDC here, you get in line.
Like, I hate it so much.
We had electric fields last year with one of my favorite Australian entries ever that will still hold me to this day. I'm completely shocked by this.
I blame Reagan. This is all her fault. This is all her fault. I shouldn't blame her. I shouldn't blame a woman. I should blame whoever allowed her to compete at the Olympics. It's been downhill for Australia ever since.
Oh, right. That really was the beginning of the end for them.
Lorenzi, at this point, I'm just tired of these type of entries.
Yes. I know that
Okay.
people tune into Eurovision for that, but it gets tiresome.
You can't have too many of them. Oh, Espresso Macchiato is 69th in the official the official Italian chart single. Nice.
Oh, mi amore. Mi amore.
And that's where it should peak. Don't let it go any higher but 69, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Mark, Gojo's music video reminded me of why I just can't fancy straight men. At least when queer men are horny, they are creative and nuanced with it.
Yeah.
Well said.
Mm-hmm. It's
Well
kind of like,
said.
I don't know how many like people are familiar with this kind of discourse, but if it's kind of like the culture of sending nudes per se, how women approach it versus how men approach it. You could take a look at the discourse for your own. I invite you to do that if you're already an adult comfortable with sexuality. But it's the amount of effort put in to make sure that there is something artful in order to express that sexuality to the audience.
We don't even have to go with nudes. We can just go with dating profile pictures.
That's true. It doesn't
If
even have to go that far.
you've ever been on a dating site and you are looking at straight men to potentially date, it is the trenches out there. Like, it is unflattering angles. Holding a fish for some reason. Usually there's a group shot, so you can't figure out which one is which. A photo with their ex-girlfriend. And like, it's like, what is the point of this? Like, and then they
male
wonder
loneliness
why they can't
epidemic. Male loneliness.
And then they
epidemic.
wonder why they can't get dates. It's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe this is why.
Yeah, it's like, Gojo, I should not be able to feel your sweat on my neck after hearing your song. Like, I'm a personal space person. I'm like a very don't touch me person. And
Yeah,
I
me
felt
too.
I felt like, you know, when you're just like surprised by a hug from someone that you didn't particularly want one from. That's kind of what this feels like to me, where it's just like, you pulled me into this. And I have no choice but to stick around.
Do Europeans have the concept of the "where's my hug" guy? Or is
Do
that
they?
an American experience?
I
Let me
feel like
know.
it's. I mean, I feel like they could have an equivalent, but it is a very American experience because I was typically friends with that kind of character because I was too nice.
Yeah. And then it gets to the point where you have to shut it down.
Yeah.
And you just feel kind of like a jerk. It's like, yeah, no one likes you. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you.
But it's an educational moment for them. Let them know.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Australia.
So I'm done with that. I don't want to talk about that again.
We're going to have to one more time at least, but
I know, but I don't want to.
But Australia, this is very disappointing, especially this year when so many countries are trying to go this angle. If you're going to go fun, if you're going to have fun, there are other ways to go about it. Trust me. You've had plenty and you've done plenty. Girl, look at your own notes.
Anyways, let's talk about the Netherlands.
Yes.
I have positive things to say about this one.
So
C'est la vie by Claude.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, it's listed as being in French and English. Baby, this is Franglish. This is sweet, straight up Franglish. Like, if you've lived in a household with somebody who speaks, maybe this is another one of those American experiences. My stepfather is from a French-speaking country. He speaks straight up Franglish at home. It's just like the mix between the two. It just flows in together so nicely. The composition is lovely. I like how we kind of start off slow, then we go to perk something up really great. It's like, honestly, low-key, it's feeling like Stroma, but I was going to say that because I don't want to be like, oh, it's like a Stroma ripoff. It's not. But it's like a Stroma vibe, and it's very enjoyable.
Yes. I do have some points of contention, though. Okay, so it is enjoyable. I do agree with you there. It is very well produced. I feel like the choreography could be really impactful. And on the Eurovision stage, this is going to be extremely polished, well done. I take issue with a number of things in this entry. I take issue with the melody sounding like if Strome were told, you can't creatively compose into this, we're handing you something Eurovision ready, but you're still Strome, kind of a thing. That's kind of the feeling that I got of it. I'm not super interested by the composition, and the lyrics are kind of hitting in that. It's like the Franglish way that Junior Eurovision produces to me. It's the comme ci comme ça c'est la vie type French iconic single line statements that Europe understands, everyone kind of gets, but I don't feel stimulated by that personally. but this is a grower as well. So as these critiques stand right now, I don't feel like they're going to be holding the test of time in comparison to how enjoyable the song is overall. Like it'll continue to grow with me. I just know that.
I mean, I don't have an issue with the simple because I think even at adult Eurovision, France tends to send the very simple phrases that,
Mhm.
like, if you know basic French, you know, or if like you live, I
You
mean,
can
in
understand
English,
all of Slimane song
yeah,
if you took French one. Yeah.
or like also, but even with like with this one, it gets even simpler than that because I
Mhm.
mean, c'est la vie, we use that in English.
Mhm.
I think he says que sera sera at one point. We use that phrase in English too. It's like
Mhm.
there's just certain things about this that it's very basic French language, but I'm okay with that because I think it's also very effective because it's going to be something that's instantly recognizable to most people.
Mhm.
It feels like it has like this kind of ease about it that's really refreshing. And
Ease,
like
yeah.
when I turn it on and listen to it, it makes me smile when I put it on. So I do think, I do rather like it for that. Peter Hadich says, la 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 V. This is how you make a simple song not risky, so effective. And it's
It
not
is
risky at
effective.
all.
It is effective.
Yeah. Um, and then Nanolo, I like the Dutch song, and I end up I still feel like it fits this year's
I
Midness.
wonder if you and I agree in those points because those are my critiques with it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
pleasurable. It's a fine listen. Like I can seek it out, I can crave it sometimes. It's well done. Like it's a well done song, even if it is simple. But I was expecting something a bit more stimulating, and so I think that is where my disappointment is coming from.
I mean, I think it still fits within his discography. Like, it
Mm,
doesn't feel like it's out of left field, which is like the thing I hate the most. Like, it's like if you
mhm.
listen to the back catalog and then you get a song at Eurovision that sounds nothing like anything else they've done. So,
Yeah.
like, this still fits within it. And I think it's because he's working with songwriters. He's worked with other, for other stuff too.
Mhm.
And he's, credited as one of the songwriters. Let me see here, Mark. We have a lot of pop and pop adjacent men this year, and I feel like Claude is going to outsell all of them, but still be underappreciated. It's Europe
Mm.
voting at the end of the day. That's all I say. I know what you're saying
Yeah, I know
because
what
it
you're saying.
happens all the time, and like that's where I worry is this going to qualify, mostly
I think
because of
it'll
that.
qualify. Like I'm
Yeah.
honestly even seeing like between 10th and 15th placing
Okay.
kind of where this will ultimately end up, even potentially a top 10 because it's so accessible. It could middle point its way to the top 10 because that happens sometimes everyone. It like just accumulate plenty of middle points where you achieve a respectable result because of it, not because you were necessarily a favorite.
Yeah. Um. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see here. Abby C. This is definitely a breath of fresh air in this lineup.
Mhm.
Yeah, it has an easy quality to it.
It's a
Um,
very easy listen. It is a sleek, polished listen.
and Diego Rodriguez says lyrics are a bit basic, but it's still quality. It's definitely one of the best pieces this year. No, for
Basic
real.
but
Like,
quality. Should we transition to Sweden? No, not. We don't have to right now. But I mean,
I mean, we can transition to Sweden because I feel like that's a great transition, and everyone saw the title of this one. But no, I'd rather transition into Germany. Or no,
okay, let's
actually, before
do
we hit
it.
Germany, let's go into Pesma. Yeah, I have my notes
We did get a
running
song
front.
from Serbia, you guys. We have our song, Mila.
I think that the staging was really good. I found the
The
staging to be
staging,
very
the
effective.
staging was very good.
The song is a bit mid. I don't hate it, but is it my favorite Balkan ballad? No. Is it my favorite Balkan ballad this year? No.
Is it my favorite ballad this year? No. Is it my favorite
Mm,
emotional man this year? No. But is it my favorite emotional man ballad from the Balkans this year? Yes.
there's no other one.
No, their neighbor is the other one. Their neighbor is the other one.
Oh,
But I
I
mean,
mean,
we'll talk about hairline when we get to him. Um, so yeah, Serbia picked you guys. I'm not quite sure how you all feel about the song, but PZE was a good show. I enjoyed it. I had a
yeah,
really good time
it was a
watching. It
good
was such a
show.
good show. Awesome job, Serbia. It was a very diverse final, and I love a lot of the songs now because of the quality of the performances. The results, the results, the results.
I mean, I enjoyed watching Serbia. My sister watched a little bit of it with me.
Mm-hmm.
Her thoughts were mostly like, isn't it too early in the morning for this? And I was like, no, it's never too early. Yeah, no. I'm just looking here because indeed Prince has the wine moms ready. The wine moms need something because I'm looking at this lineup so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not seeing much that would appeal to the wine moms.
He's like the kind of pretty that appeals to like the women who thirsted after Fabio, you know, like that era of wine mom, that type of pretty.
Put him on a cover.
Hit him with a goose.
Maybe that did happen.
Yeah.
At Busch Gardens?
Yeah, I think it was at Busch Gardens.
Hell yeah.
Like a camera blew up because a goose hit it, and then he beheaded the goose with like his head or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, he got smacked in the face by a goose. What roller coaster was that? Was that on the Loch Ness Monster?
It was. I don't remember, but it was like an up and down one as opposed to like a loop one. I'm so sorry, you guys, but I mean, he kind of gives Fabio in a lot of the way that he carries himself, and like the hair, the overall situation, the outfit. I mean, that's not to say that he's specifically going for this motif, but it's a little uncanny from our cultural point of view. No, that is not the critique, though. That is not the critique that I have of the song or the performance.
It was on Apollo's Chariot. Okay, I've been on the roller coaster.
God.
Yeah, it doesn't
I need to get out.
It doesn't go on a thing at all. It's
That's the only thing I remember about coasters, if they're loop-de-loop or just up and down.
Because
I'm a coaster head. I'm a big coaster head.
So when you walk in the Busch Gardens, you come in the front gate. There's like the beer factory tour you can take. And they have like the horse stables, and then you can make a left or you can make a right. If you go right, you go to Ireland. If you go left, you go to Italy. So we got hit on the roller coaster that's in Italy because Italy's two big rides are Escape from Pompeii, which is like a water log ride, and then Apollo's Chariot, which is like Apollo themed.
Love it. Okay, Busch Gardens. Maybe I need to make my way out there. Be singing Mila.
I love Busch Gardens. It's a good time. No, honestly, going to Busch Gardens, you'd be like, oh, I feel like I'm listening to like a Norwegian national final. Great.
Okay, so you'd hear like a party as you're picking up like a churro.
Well, I don't think there's churros.
Oh,
I haven't been to Busch Gardens in so long. Because like each section has food that's themed for the country they are, and there's no Spain.
I feel like
there's
that would
Italy,
be a good addition to have.
Germany, France, New France, which is Canada. Like, why is Canada here? Ireland. I feel like the UK.
The UK has their own food thing.
Well, because if you go to, we always ate in Germany. And they had pretzels there.
Still a bucket list thing for me. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
Busch Gardens, everyone. You just got a crash course on Busch Gardens.
Got distracted. Mark, Prince is hot to people over 40 who said you have a hot man is stem from Braveheart or Gladiator.
And it's for women who watch dramas because it has that dramas type.
It's dramatic
sound. You know, it has that. It's just like, oh shit, like I'm about to watch like a mother slap her daughter-in-law, like in this episode. That's the kind of thing you envision when you're picturing this song, which is like, where's the tea? Like I'm ready for the drama. But it doesn't get to that point. It's just the theme song.
It's standing out as semi too, but I don't know if it's qualifying.
I don't know either. I don't know. I feel like Serbia and Montenegro are going to try to like boost each other through, but I don't quite think either of them are going to execute it.
I mean, they can hold hands and like guide each other towards the final, hopefully, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, that is a terrible look. Cover. I got distracted. I was like, I was just checking to see who's in the semi. And have you seen the cover art for La Poupée Monteleson?
Yes, I did. And
it's
I could have made
Lumo.
that on Kickstarter. I don't understand how to make graphics, you guys. That's something I would have made. As in, like, there was a deadline, and this needed to be done no matter the quality kind of deadline. The quirky mouth, like, I really just, it
we
brings me kind of like
basically,
foaming at the mouth rage.
so we have most of the songs for Semi 2 now.
Hmm.
I have no idea what George is going to do.
They've been pretty quiet, but quiet might not necessarily mean a good thing, Australia.
I'm looking at that Semi. Armenia, Australia, Austria. Oh, we don't have an Austria song. We have an idea.
Hmm.
Greece.
Wasted Love, I believe, is going to be the name of the
Ireland.
entry.
Yeah, it's called Wasted Love. Ireland, Latvia, Lithuania, Montenegro, Czechia, Denmark, Finland, Georgia, Israel, Luxembourg, Malta, Serbia.
I could name at least probably 7 likely qualifiers from that list.
I feel like Finland's in.
Finland's in. Finland's top 10ing this thing, no question.
Finland might win the Semi.
Finland might win.
I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that.
The Finns need to do that. They've been wanting to do this, and Erica's like, imagine if Erica beats Mons, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah. Peter Hadich, Adonis is sailing through the Semi. I mean, I hope so. I have to hear the song first, but from the snippet, little bit we heard, and the visual we're getting, I believe in it. And I will say this, if there's a country that knows how to stage and give us a good visual, other than Ukraine, Czechia. Czechia knows what they're doing on stage. Like, even like when they don't qualify, you remember what their staging looked like. And in a good way, not in a IQ way. Yeah.
Not in an IQ way. Oh my God, rest in peace to one of the best songs Eurovision's ever had.
It's such a great song. Okay, back to talking about Serbia. Mark says, to be fair, Luke Black and Teodora came 10th in their semis, and those songs were great. That is true.
That is true. And they enhanced the final. Both of those songs really enhanced the final.
Yeah, Serbia could end 9th to 12th in the semifinal. Agreed.
This is the least competitive entry in the last 3 years. By a million miles. At least Ramonda had a lot of context to it, and it was performed in a way where it was accessible, even though it had a very specific story behind it. This, I don't know what it's trying to hit. I don't know. Is there even a target?
Yeah, and then Sundrop Center says the acrobat was pretty cool though.
Yes.
Honestly, really I remember the acrobat.
That was so cool.
I remember the moon, I remember the acrobat, and I remember the flower. So like I remember pieces of his stage, and it's like he's got things in that staging that will make people stand out. I'm like, oh, I remember the one with the acrobat. I like that song. Or like I remember the one with the moon. I like that song. I thought the moon was tastefully done.
The moon was like, really well done. The staging was not bad, you guys. The staging was very good. Very good.
I think as an overall package, I'm okay with it, but it's like, is it my favorite? No. Notice how we're not really talking about the song. We're talking about all the other elements.
Just take for that what you will, you guys.
Yeah.
Because there's a very much other elements need to be important kind of song.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but that's that. Let's talk about my favorite country, Denmark. Oh, Jordan left. I guess Jordan doesn't want to talk about Denmark with me. Okay. I'll be alone and talk about Denmark. Sorry, I don't know where he went. Unless, like, did my thing cut? Okay, well. So, Denmark made the decision, and they will be sending to Eurovision Sissal.
I did not drop the stream. Sorry, I was trying to click to the other tab, and I closed the stream, and I was talking about Denmark, and I was like, wow, I left. So, yeah, you guys, this was very unpredicted. This is the first time I think Denmark sent a belting blonde diva since 17, Anja Nielsen, and I loved that. So, welcome back to that chapter of Denmark, I guess. What do you think about this?
Honestly, it was what I like the song. I don't mind Hallucination.
Yeah.
I think my biggest issues are with the staging. I would love to see. I don't know. Like, I have ideas of what I think would look really nice on stage,
Mhm.
but I know Denmark's not going to change it. They're going to keep the same staging package they currently have.
They do.
Like they
They've
do, and I
always
think
done
that
that.
that's the staging is where if this doesn't qualify, I'm blaming the staging for it because I think the song is there, the voice is there. Like, just the staging is going to let it down. I
There
also
needs
like
to be more of a hallucination kind of feeling with the staging if the song is called that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would have done like take the camera and do like that multi-factor kaleidoscopy effect
Mhm.
with like the different, like you have her main focus, then you have like kind of like a rainbowy halo of her around it that are like shifting in different colors.
Mhm.
I think that could be really effective, or like using the backing dancers to kind of portray that as well. I
Mhm.
like the use of like the dark green. That color works so well for her. Like,
Dance songs
Sissal
don't
looks
use dark
great.
green. They typically
Sissal
don't. That's
looks
gonna
so
be
good in that
so
color.
unique.
And
And
it's like
she looks amazing. You're right.
yeah, it's a dance song, and like it's a dance song I like. It's like got that electronic dancey feel that I can actually enjoy
Yeah.
as a song. I think this is not bad, and I think honestly, I'm gonna say it. That super final from Denmark, not bad either.
It
I'm
wasn't
over
bad.
here like eating my words. In Denmark, congratulations. I don't hate you anymore. We'll see if you keep this energy up. But like, this is one of the better entries we have this year. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite,
Mhm.
but like, I don't look at this and go, no.
I think it's upper half so far. Like it's in my upper half of entries right
Definitely
now.
upper half.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would agree hardcore with that. I haven't really done any of my rankings yet. My best guess is like this is somewhere like near 15 for me personally.
Mhm.
I think this could qualify. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at that second half. That's a hard second half because that second half I'm guessing is gonna be mostly pop girls.
Okay.
Yeah, the running order could kill this. Because that second half of semifinal 2 is Czechia, which is not a pop girl, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Denmark, Finland, Georgia, Luxembourg, Malta, Serbia.
Ooh,
Okay, so
that's gonna be
looking at the second
yeah.
half, Serbia is in a good position, I think.
I could
Because
see them diasporaing
out of the
through.
songs that we have, Serbia is the only kind of ballady song we have in that second semi.
That will be significant.
So I don't know. It could not qualify. We'll see what happens.
It should
But
though, and like it should.
I think it's one of those times where I'm like, I could see Denmark qualifying and I wouldn't be upset. No, I think that that second half though, I don't know if Georgia is sitting on the thing, sitting back and be like, we're gonna have to send a man or
Oh my
something,
god.
because yeah, we'll see what happens.
Diva top heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Lorenzi says, give the staging and I welcome you with open arms in the final. That's their biggest hindrance right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. And then 1 second here. From Incubus Sotterman. There's nothing wrong with the song, but it just gives slight upgrade from Sand to me. And like again, Hallucination also faces a ton of competition in semifinal 2. Yeah, semifinal 2 is like a lot of female pop.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that's
So
where I worry.
but Denmark should be proud though, because Sand and then Hallucination, these are 2 entries that feel artistically respectable. So good job, Denmark. You are on a good trend. You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I think that because I mean, I think with
What's your
Sand is
Venmo? I'll
like
buy you lunch.
you're gonna buy the whole country of Denmark lunch.
No, the one person that's Denmark.
Okay. So are we going by Hitalia rules?
Yes, because he hasn't texted
Okay.
me back. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna get into that. But basically, they could qualify. I could see it, and I would not be mad if they made it through.
I'm looking at
Well
who the
done.
songwriters are on this. It's Swedes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like taking a look at the credits from any of these Danish songs, you'd be like, oh, okay, a Swedish artist didn't take these. Good thing you were in the
I mean,
room.
this is a Danish artist here. I think this is Danish. Is this a
Also,
Danish name?
she seems so cool.
Yeah, she
seems
does.
so cool. Such a good,
I'm sorry, I'm
awesome
getting
personality.
distracted here. Yeah, they've got a couple. It's like a joint Denmark and Swedish production, like Eurovision was with the hosting this year, being in Malmö. Right. Yeah. No, the songwriter's Malthus. I've written it correctly. Yes. Yeah, Lena Deb isn't one of the songwriters. But then Melanie Gabriella Heraptian, she's Swedish. Oh. Okay, yeah, she's written for Melfest. She wrote Move for the Mamas.
Oh, wow.
She was a songwriter on Sand for Saba last year. And it was a songwriter on Love is Forever by Lenora. So she's kind of hung out. She's hung out in that kind of, joint production between Sweden and Denmark. Mm-hmm. She's also been a guest judge on Drag Race.
She's gone around. Okay. She knows her programming.
Yeah, she placed 87th when she released her own song back in 2023. So yeah,
congrats! Nice.
This is where we're at. So yeah, it's a couple Melfest writers on there. But yeah, not bad, Denmark. Not bad. Let's talk about another country. Well, the last one we haven't talked about. And you guys saw the title. So Germany is singing a song in German. Yay.
Oh my God.
So Abor and Tynna went with their song Baller. Mm-hmm. Thoughts? We need to work through this. Yes, no?
So
yes.
Immediately, yes. In every single way. Conchita called it a hit. And I agree completely. You guys, we don't get German language. We don't get German style pop. We don't get swaggery lyrics. These are things from Germany that they have not provided us in at least like 18, 20 years. Come on. Yeah. I think they're in a renaissance potentially nowadays. I hope this is the renaissance in the next years of Cowboy Carter, because at the end of the day, they are reaching for risk this year, which, I mean, they typically attempt to do that, but don't achieve. This is a different story because this has hit potential. Germany, girl, you did it. Hold your friend Denmark's hand and then raise them together. Like, you guys are, you're out of it together.
It's the fact that the big five so far, I think Germany has the best song.
What is happening? Why? At what point would we ever have said that? Like, truly, the UK I like typically more than the German entry this year from the big five, but Germany has the best song so far. Come on, you guys.
So far.
Come on.
No, this is fun. My sister was like, "Oh, that was good." Like, I was like, "Oh yeah," like, because I was speaking in German to myself. I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll speak German on the stream." Like, celebrate. Mm-hmm. And my sister's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I was like, "Oh, Germany chose a song in German." She's like, "Oh, is that what you were listening to?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "That was good. I was in here bopping along." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good. Mm-hmm. It feels fresh. Youthful. It doesn't feel stale."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like it. See here. Incubus Otterman says, "Love Baller." I love Baller too.
So good. It's so good.
But
it's surprising.
It reminds me of Zari.
Interesting. Okay, next time I'll listen to it. I'll try to see what kind of similar flags.
Is the vibe?
It might be the vibe of it, potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
They might be cousins of songs.
Yeah, Augusto Dominguez says, "I like." Hi, Augusto. How are you? I like Germany this year. I love this younger, modern vibe. They sound like 2025, and I love to see it. Also, because Nanolo said she cannot sing, though. Yeah. She's not a belter, but she's hitting the note enough. And it has that, like, feel where I think that this might be kind of on trend, though, vocally as well. Because you have a lot of, like, these younger girls who don't really sing, like, great.
Pink Pantheress. You have these young girls who don't sing great. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Please continue.
Coming from the man who likes Ice Spice.
Okay, I cannot be a munch anymore. I cannot defend her anymore. I had to relinquish my position of liking Ice Spice. I'm sorry, girl, but some things are just indefensible at this point. Yeah. But yes, like, I've changed. I've changed for what it's worth.
And Germany's changed too. Yeah. Sorry. I do like it. Mark says, I like Germany's song. I do think the live needs a little work. The foundation is there, and Germany can uplift this into something special.
It's already something special. It's already.
We have time for her to get the vocal together and to sound better live.
Yes.
We've got plenty of time between now and May. I want to see that stage not be a hot mess. At this point, that's Germany's biggest hurdle to overcome is the stage. Because you've got a song. She's charming enough on stage. She like has kind of like a vibe very similar to Lena in a way that's like you got this young girl who's like singing like an upbeat dancey song.
Modern.
And it's modern and like it's honestly giving me like a really, how do I phrase it? It's giving me like a vibe that's good. It's like I know a young lesbian who's like 18 and she was like, oh, she's really cute. And that like, it's like she's like, I like the song. It's a fun and upbeat, and plus she's really cute. I'm like, you know what? I can see the charm here. Like
teen vote, you guys. I mean, teen to young adult vote. They might really hone into this, especially if they're German speakers. This could be very powerful for that kind of crowd, and you might need to hone in on that as opposed to something that's more general.
Like I haven't done my ranking, but I'd say Germany's somewhere in my top 10 easily right now.
Yeah. I haven't done it either, but I mean, it's solid.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Germany was in my top 10. Probably 2016. But I was a different person back then.
What did Germany send in 2016?
Ghost.
Oh God.
Okay, maybe during the summer we'll do a rewatch of 16 because I don't feel like we've ever gone through those entries together, but we should because I have a lot of thoughts about that year. Let's do it. I'm committing to it now.
Oh wow.
Because Ghost, that was a formative moment for me. That was formative.
I'd say 2020 and 2021. And 2022 for sure. Nanolo 2020. Yeah. Violent Thing. That was a good one.
Yeah, see, like that was 2020 fashionable, you know? And they could have done well with that. That was like a top 10.
That was like the last time Germany sent something that was like vibrant and fresh.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. Mark says, oh, if the lesbians like it, then Germany's going to be fine. You know what? Why not? We'll go with that.
Lesbians come together, unite over this. I want to see them get a good result because Germany needs to be shown that this behavior could be rewarded and should be rewarded.
Manolo. Both 2020 and 2025, not Germans representing Germany. You know what?
But
maybe we should outsource.
Here's the thing, though.
Germany, maybe you should start outsourcing your Eurovision entries to non-Germans.
I mean, not necessarily to Sweden, but
no,
your diaspora, y'all got to take.
But let's talk about Sweden because we've been here for a while.
Thank you, Germany. Danke.
So Germany is sending a song in German. Can Sweden do the same? And I think a part of that we're going to get to. So I want to just go over our competing entries for the final. John Lundvik, Voice of the Silent. Sally Sal, Yeehaw! Grazula with Believe Me. Clara Hammerstorm with On and On and On. Scarlet, Sweet and Psycho. Maya Iverson with Kamikaze Life. Mira Omar with Hush Hush. Monzamalov with Revolution. Saga Ludichkason with Hate You So Much. Anika Vicky Halther with Life Again. And then Kai with Bara Bara Bastu. So, yes, Bara Bara Bastu is closing. And I am honestly over here like, can Kai win? And the reason why I titled the title when I titled it, you know what? That's a weird way to phrase that, but it works. Is that there's a lot of hype behind Bara Bara Bastu. Like a lot of hype. I know we've all kind of just been resolved to Mons is gonna win. You know, we've all kind of just been sitting here like Mons has us in the bag. Like there's no way Mons does not win Melodifestivalen and go on to Eurovision to compete. But if you look at the charts in Sweden, Måns is number 3. Who's number 1? Kai.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look online, no one is talking about Måns except for people in the Eurovision bubble. Like the same people I see constantly talking about Eurovision are the same people talking about Måns. Mm-hmm. However, on the TikTok, the Tiki-Talkie, it's all Kai. It's all people like Kai. I had somebody trying to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about because I said I like it, but I can't sing. I don't think Sweden might sing the song in Swedish.
Which, I mean, that's a very reasonable critique, too. That's a very reasonable way of approaching the skepticism of it, because Sweden doesn't do this. They don't send songs in Swedish. Just they've proven time and time again that they would rather not do this. But domestic support, the momentum that they have at home, it could be a Cornelia Jacobs situation, is what I'm thinking.
Maybe. And I mean, because here's the thing. Didn't Cornelia Jacobs get like chosen by the jury?
I believe so. I do believe so.
Not the public. My thing is the jury's where I worry about when it comes to Kai. Because the jury is going to eat up Jon Lundvik and Måns Zelmerlöw. Let's be honest. I know how the jury is going to go in Germany, and not Germany, in Sweden. And that's going to be those two. At this point, I'm thinking Kai will probably win the televote. It just depends on how much lower the jury ranks them under Måns Zelmerlöw and our Jon Lundvik.
Because we can almost already guarantee that the juries are going to rank them both below those two. Like that's just kind of my inkling right now. But does Måns still have the same public domestic appeal that he would? Because Bara Bara Bastu, it's an especially different, special, unique entry. And if Sweden does go that angle, then they are breaking a very significant trend.
Yeah.
Are they ready for that? They're being asked that question in the hardest way this year, starting in 6 days.
So, Mark, Kai does have 1 million more views on their performance video compared to Måns. I love to see them pick it. I just don't trust them. I don't either. That is to actually win, because I know how Sweden tends to vote, like how Sweden tends to go when it comes to Eurovision, choosing Eurovision song.
They go for results, not necessarily expression.
Yeah. And then, here's an interesting question. Incubus Otterman says, does the age-based televote thing hurt Kai?
I mean, I'm weirdly inclined to say no. It's just so wide appeal to me that I feel like no, but there's also a risk at play with it.
Because your numbers are going to skew younger on this than older. Older people are going to want to go towards, Jon Lundvik or Måns. Probably more Måns, Whereas the youth are going to be more interested in going with Bara Bara Bastu.
Ooh, interesting question. Do you think the male soloist effect is going to be offset from Måns because of Jon enough so that Kai can take it?
That's where I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah.
It's because it's if you are, then again, Jon Lundvik and Måns' songs are totally different, but they kind of still appeal to the same target demographic.
They have the same message.
Yeah.
There's going to be some kind of exhaustion with the message in itself. Bara Bara Bastu, I have nothing to compare it to. It is the only one of its kind to date so far from Melfest in my entire time watching it. They are provided the most significant option this year.
Incubus says, and we're Yeehaw will take a bunch of the kid vote.
I love that song. I'm sorry.
It's cute. It's cute. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. It's for
it
just
little
girls.
Go to
It's
Eurovision.
completely for little girls. And I'm just yay.
I mean, it's Dolly style. Anything Dolly style is for little girls. That's why I'm okay with Dolly style. Hold on. I understand the appeal of Dolly style. I mean, I have my Hello Kitty 50th anniversary thingy here. My headphones are cat ears that light up. Hold up. Fun. Basically, when people shop for me, they go, "Oh, I think a little girl would like this. We should buy this for Lily." That's how people shop for me.
Girly vibes. That's
Yeah,
it's
so
a
I get the
whole
appeal.
vibe.
I get the
Yeah.
appeal. I just don't think it should necessarily go to Eurovision.
Oh no, it had no chance. I'm sorry, girls.
Dennis Ribian says, in the semi, they were highly supported by all age groups, I think.
That's
Okay.
reassuring. It's good to know.
That is.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think because at this point, I feel like it's kind of a two-horse race. Like a two-horse race.
Two-horse race, yeah.
Between Mons and Kai.
Mhm.
And if Kai does win, once again, it's Finnish people bringing the Swedish language to Eurovision because they are Finnish.
Mhm. And it's speaking to the Swedish-speaking minority in Finland. This is a cross-cultural exchange to some degree. No, to a very significant degree.
And hey, speaking of Finns, they were making TikToks with Katja and Erica already. So that's where they're sitting at right now. We'll see what ends up happening. But I just want to see what ends up occurring. John and Malins are going to fight for the nostalgic vote. If they split that could lead to Kai win. Honestly,
hey, for a good
here's
contest.
how I feel about this. If Kai wins, I'm okay with Sweden making it to the final. If Kai doesn't win, I think it might be the year we need Sweden to not qualify at Eurovision.
Can you imagine if Mons goes to Eurovision and he just doesn't qualify? Then at International, he's the next diva.
Please. It'd be so funny.
It would be funny if overall Neve Kavanaugh had a better overall result than Mons because she at least qualified. But I don't think Mons is quite yeehaw back on the horse yet. We'll find out.
We'll see. But yeah, that was what happens and what we're looking forward to when it comes to Melodifestivalen.
We will definitely have thoughts after the show. We will definitely have thoughts.
Let's talk about Festival de Canção.
Oh my goodness.
So,
wow. Oh,
qualifiers were Bombazine.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, continue.
Qualifiers were Bombazine with Paco Turo, Amy Curl with Rapisara da Paz, Fernando Daniel with Medal, Napa with Deslocado, Diana Averino with Cotovia, Henka with I Want to Destroy You, and they will be joined by Blue with Ningwem. Sorry. Blue with Ningwem, Jessica Pina with Calafrio, Josh with Tristeza, Marco Rodriguez with Amina Casa, and I'm missing two. Oh, yeah, Peculiar with Ana Mastor, and Margarita with Eu Sei Que O Amar from the first semi. So, first off, how are we feeling about qualifiers? How do we feel about where we're heading next week?
I would have been happy, really, with anyone announced to the final. I was so happy with the semifinal. Yeah. It was so good. But I do feel like the best of the best did make it through this semi. And I try not to just spew BS. This is not BS at all, you guys. Every single one of these songs I listen to, I enjoy. Yes. I go through and I just know it's going to be either bliss or emotion or excitement. There's something significantly, I'm using that word a lot today, but there's something incredibly interesting and locked in each of these entries. Couldn't name a better final. Really, truly.
No, this is like such a quality. I mean, there's one song I'm like, what is this doing here? But like, I couldn't name a better lineup as far as like a national final goes this year. Like everything in Festival de Canção is so good. There's one song I'm like about, but like all but one of these songs easily in my top 10. Easily. Yeah. A couple of these probably my favorite. So yeah.
Do you have any number ones potentially?
Well, we have to do like our pick two, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first because anytime.
I don't know. I'm gonna start with Calafrio by Jessica Pina.
Oh my god. This is a top 3 entry for me if it wins, okay?
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Pure it's so art. Beautiful.
The nude, the softness of it all. just the suave, the
The
incredible
trumpet solo.
ability.
Everything about this is good.
Oh,
Like everything about
oh.
this, I enjoy every single second of it.
It's like if I were straight, I know that's exactly the kind of woman that would charm me for the rest of my life. Like that's the kind of performance where it's just like I want a woman like that to be my partner, and I'm not going to seek anyone except someone who is able to embody that. Like something about it is just so romantic and like luscious. It's incredibly sleek, so well done.
Jordan.
Jessica Pina.
No, I agree with every statement except for straightness. With that one. No, it's great. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just turned it on. I closed my eyes. I had coworkers listening to this one this week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I got my coworkers on this one.
It's perfect for people who can critique music and know how to listen to music with depth and with layers, kind of like how you taught me how to do over these last couple of years. It requires intelligence, and that's why it's so good.
It requires intelligence. Okay, well,
Yeah.
you know what? That's one thing that you can say. But you know, I really enjoy that one. What do you want to pick as your first?
As my first, I'll pick Fernando Daniel, Middle.
Okay. You
Ah,
know what?
God,
You've got support in here because
this is the better male ballad. This is the better competitive male ballad. Elo Elodie, hold my hand, girl. You and I might be in this together because at this point, I feel like this is going to be Portugal's best chance at getting a reasonably good result because there are not a lot of man ballads in the final that have this level of strength. Or yes, and if it goes to Eurovision, I think it could do really well. It is the better composition of the two male ballads that are most competitive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And there's more charm to it. There's more dynamism in the staging. So I really, really hope that between those two, this is the one that is more favored just because, yeah, I like it more.
Yeah, no,
But
I
Elodie, I
get
agree.
that. No, I like it's beautiful. Like
Mhm.
it's a gorgeous ballad. It would stand out so well in the contest in
Mhm.
such a positive way.
Yeah.
Like it it definitely would be a great one to have there. And you don't have to do much with the stage for it either. You
No,
can leave it
you
as
don't.
is and it can just go to Eurovision and you're all set. Whereas
Mhm.
other songs I feel like need that little extra work.
Mhm.
One that does not need the extra work, Cotovia by Diana Varino.
Seamless.
Gorgeous. I just
It's a
stunningly
painting of a
visually.
song. Goodness.
It's like the inverse almost staging wise as last year. So instead of the
Oh
all
yeah,
white,
it is the inverse, isn't it? That's crazy.
we have like
Wow.
the darkness. It just really works for me. It's just and like that one point when like Diana's standing on the podium and the dancers that come over to her and like kind of envelop her. Beautiful moment. Like that shot
Gorgeous
looks like a
artistic
painting.
design. Yeah.
Everything about that is so beautiful. The song on top of it is gorgeous. Again, the song makes you want to put on a snood and just vibe. Like I'm ready to go live my medieval goddess fantasy and play this song, listening to it.
And the vocal was absolutely flawless.
Yeah.
Flawless vocal. Brilliantly done. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, was that your second highlight?
That was my second highlight.
Oh,
What
I
was
thought we were just
yours?
talking about it.
Sorry.
Hold on. No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me go back and look. I'll say Emmy Curl, Rhapsodia da Paz. Weird women for life. Weird women all life. I don't care.
Amy
Like it is
Girl.
such an interesting song.
It
Is
is
probably
so
the
interesting.
most stimulating song I've heard this entire season out of all of these countries. It's not trying to be anything except its own damn self. She just showed up and did that, and I feel so welcomed by it because
You know
it kind of
what?
has like medieval chant, and then it goes into kind of like smooth, kind of like jazz loungy vibes, but then it has like a rap section. There's like a dialogue. I love it.
A sudden like bit of bass funk. What is happening here?
Yeah.
And Emmy, her staging was giving Ren Fair. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna. I've seen this woman at a Ren Fair. I know this woman at a Ren Fair. She runs the booth with her weird boyfriend. They are poly, and he does sell fetish gear at Ren Fair. Like I'm telling you, I know this woman. I've seen her. She's fine. Boyfriend's a little weird, but whatever. Yeah, no, like this is just something, like this song is so much fun. And it's so interesting, and it really does reward repeat listenings. Like
Mhm.
it's so good. Like,
Even just the beginning melody, like it's unusual. Like you're invited into it. You're immediately curious, and then you start listening. Your sense of curiosity gets entertained and wet more and more and more. And then the song is over, and you're like, I have no idea what just happened, but I need to go back into it. Like the first time riding a roller coaster.
Diego Rodriguez. I would have loved Emmy's staging to be even weirder.
Might be a
Yeah,
question of
it could
budget.
use. It could be. It could use a little more quirk to it.
More color, definitely.
Yeah, more color. I would say would be the biggest helper here.
Yes.
Maybe like a wall. Like I would change the lighting around a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, no.
I want like summery kind of peacocky colors, where it's just kind of like a rainbow and meshingness with like a lot of pink. That's kind of what I would like for it.
Okay, and
But
then
yeah.
Elodie says, I don't think it's a competitive song, and it didn't qualify, but I love the softness of Ines Marquez and Lucas Quintana's Queres. The studio version is just like the live performance was cute. It definitely was charming. I get what you mean. Like, it's one of those things, like, I don't know how this would do in a competition, but I
Hmm.
want to listen to it. Like, that's my thing with Festival like Canção, and I think that's my thing with, like, Portugal in general when it comes to Eurovision. They have so many great songs,
Hmm.
but like a lot of them don't necessarily feel the most competitive. I
Yeah.
think in 2020, like the year that got canceled, that song that was chosen, it was a good song. It was beautiful, but I don't know
Hmm.
how competitive it is necessarily.
Yeah, it would have struggled to qualify, but it was so respectable. It was
Yeah.
so dignified of an entry because it wasn't here for the competition. It was here to express itself.
And I think that's
And
how
God.
I think that's also why Portugal struggled for so long at Eurovision,
Mhm.
is because their songs were always there to be like art for the sake of art, not for the sake of competition. And
Mhm.
like when we transitioned into that more like having a Eurovision that's about genuineness,
Mhm.
um, when we had that transition occur, that's what I think that Portugal really got a chance to shine.
Mhm.
Um, I think we might be at a transition year this year. We'll see what happens. If we are in a transition year, I think that we're transitioning away from the authenticity era, which I really have been enjoying. And
Mhm.
I fear we're heading into like
Don't
an
say
era
it.
similar to the Oddies. I'm so afraid. I'm so scared. But we'll see what ends up happening. But no, and during that time, Portugal stayed steady and gave us quality songs. Like I'm not worried
Mhm.
about Portugal slipping because they
They
never
they're
really
not on
slip.
trend to do that. They don't really do
Um,
that.
like I can't think of a year where I just felt like Portugal was like, okay, we'll just send this.
Even
You
in
know
the
what
year
I
where
mean?
I did feel that initially, that changed progressively throughout. Like that was not my most permanent opinion. Love is on my side is the example that I'm
Yeah,
using, where it's just okay. Like I'm not really here for this when it first won, but as it grew, it's just like you started to get it. It started to unfold, unlayer itself, and that's the power of Portuguese entries too, where it's not exactly first impact, but it is love. You do get the care that was put into it after a second listen, and it causes you to appreciate what no other country is bringing. So
yeah.
yeah, always a good trajectory.
And let's just wrap it up this week with talking about San Marino. I don't really have much to.
So I I am not caught up on San Marino. It has been a a journey, you guys. I love how both rejects and folks from other countries and the whole world comes together to be told who the finalists are while the semis are broadcasting.
That was wild. That was like, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
What are
Yeah.
you
So so it was completely disorganized, but we know San Marino to never want to organize. And now we're at a point where the theme song of another country's national final might represent this country after that other country already selected. So, Lucio Corsi, you might be hearing this song again, the theme song of the show you just won, but you might be fighting it.
doing?
Where would we ever get this? In what other case would this ever happen? Truly.
Such an
It's the funniest thing
Italian
ever.
Tutta Italia wins, which I think it might. There's a very strong
I think
possibility
it's
of that.
going to. I think it's going to. Okay, I don't think it might. I think it will.
I just feel like the Italians are going to turn on their TVs and be like, am I being haunted? What is happening?
The Italians are going to be the most trolled people of this year if they send Tutta l'Italia, because it's a song about the whole of Italy celebrating. That the whole of Italy did celebrate already. Like, this is old news for that country. But what's the name of the performer? I think he's going to end up taking it. I think he's going to end up taking it. But I am excited, though, to see Teslenko perform. I'm excited to see Bessa do her thing. King Fu, I witnessed that. You guys, this might be the best night.
It's kind of funny. I started listening to King Fu like a few months ago, just like on a whim, and I was looking at the lineup when I was prepping for stream, and I was like, oh, okay, I wouldn't expect to see these guys here, but all right. No, I like their song. I think it's like this interesting mix of like funk, blues, rocky, a little bit of country. It's really interesting. It's like an interesting matchup.
It's very melancholic too, though. Like it has like a necessary sadness to it that just feels respectable.
Yeah, like it's very. I would be interested to see what happens there. Yeah, you said Busta already. Like, this lineup is just bizarre.
Gosh,
There's something
they deleted the rest of the list.
What do you mean they deleted the rest of the list?
Because there was an auditioner from like one of the. Oh, you go ahead, keep talking. I'll find him.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Elodie. Yes. Oh. Tutta l'Italia is a song for San Marino. Wow, this tiny country is too messy for its own.
Did you find out by us just saying that right now? I'm sorry that this was the way you found out. It is.
I'm not sorry at all. It should be how you find out.
But like, in what other case would this ever have been a possibility? This is how you could tell that no one can write a story that's as crazy as life itself, because in what way would like the theme song for like Melfest, for example, be like a competitive entry in Norway after having been used previously in a different show?
I don't even know. I'm not going to say anything about Melfest. Just uses the same music every year. But that's the fun of San Marino. They're like, I guess we'll just like, San Marino is like the continent second chance round. Let's be honest. You know, they just head on over there. I'm just
gonna say shout out to my homeboy who didn't qualify, Galen Borson from the US with his song Medicine Man. He doesn't have anything marketing wise, like musically, but he does have a LinkedIn. I love someone who just shows up for the sake of just doing it. And the song is about drugs. Oh my god!
What is his profession on LinkedIn?
Let's see. Let's actually have a look. This is a great way to close the show because San Marino is a reason to celebrate. Rochester, New York.
Oh wow, that makes sense. About
game designer. He's a game designer.
Interesting.
Galen Borson, baby. But that was the first American that I saw perform, and I was just like, you know what? Just for the sake of the homeland.
Does it say what college you went to?
UC Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, Rochester has like a tech school. Like, I know someone who went to RIT, which is Rochester's Institute of Technology, who's an astrophysicist. So yeah, like, I was just like curious. It's like, oh, did he go to RIT maybe? But no, Santa Barbara, University of California, Santa Barbara makes sense. That works out.
So yeah, that is my local shout out. But good luck to everyone at San Marino. It doesn't matter who you pick, really. We had a great time. Like, this was already a great time, no matter who you picked. So thank you.
Yeah. All right. So I think Croatia is going now.
Yes, Croatia is broadcasting. We're going to find out the result in a couple hours, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop stream and head over and watch some of that. We didn't really talk about Croatia this week because we talked about it last week, because we both thought their final was yesterday, if we're being completely transparent. This week we've got some good stuff happening, hopefully. We have, I don't know if that's my Wi-Fi or Jordan's.
I think I'm frozen, guys.
Okay, hold on. We'll see if he comes back. Yeah, he's still frozen. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up since Jordan is currently frozen. So yeah, this next coming up week, we have a few different things to choose from, or not choose from. We have a few different songs. Next week, we'll finally know who Sweden is going to be sending, who will be representing, or who will be representing San Marino, as well as who will be representing Portugal. And then we're getting some more internal releases as well. So we will know what Wasted Love sounds like. And I know in chat, y'all are hyped like I am hyped for Adonis. I really am looking forward to hearing Kiss Kiss Goodbye. And Jordan will not be joining us again. His computer is crashing because I think San Marino killed his computer. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll be back again next week. We are Eurovision fam on everything you can think of social media wise. And we have a website, eurovisionfam.com, where you can check out our articles and different discussions that we have on there. Thank you once again for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.